Hey guys, Bazzy back here. In today's video, it's time for Game 7, Leafs versus Panthers. We're going to jump into franchise mode here today, and we're going to see who does EA Sports think will come out on top the most. We'll be doing 10 different simulations in this video to find out. Let's go jump into franchise mode, and I'm going to show you guys how this will all work. Alright, so we are here in franchise mode. We have the Panthers, we have the Leafs, we're in the second round, and we're ready to go for Game 7. It took quite a while to set up and trying to actually get this matchup and to get everything as perfect as we could, but nonetheless, we are here and we are ready for today's experiment. You'll see there on the right hand side, 3-3 Leafs versus Panthers round 2. But just like for most of these different simulation videos, we'll just be continuing to reload the same save file, so everything will remain the same. So for lineups, I did go through the Leafs lineup and I made everything as accurate as possible. I went and looked at David Alter's tweet. I believe this was from before Game 6. So these are going to be the lineup combinations for Toronto. Obviously, Wool will be starting in the net. Unfortunately, when it does come to the Florida Panthers, we actually can't control that ourselves. But I will go and show you guys what the AI has come up with. Injuries are on for this as well, just wanted to note that, so there may be some changes to both of these lineups on depending what happens in Game 7. But yeah, pretty standard Florida Panthers team led by Sergei Bobrovsky in the net. But I think we're more or less ready to get everything underway. Let's jump into the first of 10 Game 7 simulations. Alright, let's do it. So we're going to be jumping into these and we'll just go very quickly period by period so we're not here for too long. But Game 1, first period, 2-1 Leafs. Marner and Domi for Hagee for the Panthers. Second period, 1 goal aside, Pacioretty and Barkov. In the third, the Leafs explode, scoring 3 more goals, winning this game by a score of 6-4. Okay, so we're 1/10 of the way there. The Leafs lead early. Let's see if they can build on this, or let's see if Florida is going to tie this thing up. Alright, the save file has been reloaded and we're ready to go here for the second of 10 Game 7s. Let's see if Florida can get on the board. Let's see if Toronto is going to go up 2-0. Jump into this one here and see what happens. First period here, 3-2 Toronto. Interesting. Marner, Nyes and Nyes, Barkov and Reinhart for the Panthers. Second period at 3-4, Kachuk and Benoit, of all people, swap goals. In the third, Reinhart ties it. Who is going to be the hero in overtime? And it's the Leafs. Morgan Rielly on the power play wins it. Just like that. 2 games in, 2 different simulations, showing Toronto taking both games. Let me go reset the file, and we'll see if this trend will continue, or if Florida will finally get on the board. We are ready to go here, 2-0 for Toronto. I'm sure Leafs fans are loving this. Let's see if that can continue. Jump into this game here once again against the Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's see what the result will be this time. First period here, 0-0. Florida out shooting Toronto decently heavily. Second period, 2-0 Leafs, McMahon and Nyes. In the third, the teams swap goals, Tanev and Reinhart, but it is not enough. Just like that, we're 3 games in. Toronto has won all 3 Game 7s. Is this what we're going to end up seeing happening? Who knows? But that's what EA thinks, at least so far. Once again, let me get everything ready to go, and we will jump in to game number 4. Game 4. Is Florida finally going to do something, or is Toronto going to go up 4-0? I don't know. Let's go and find out. First period here in Toronto, 1-0 Panthers. Carter Verhaeghe opens up the scoring. Second period, 4-0. Okay, so it looks like Florida finally has woken up. In the third, the teams will trade goals, Matthews and Barkov, but it is not enough. Alright, so Toronto now holds a 3-1 lead in this test. Let's see what's going to happen for Game 5, the halfway mark. We are ready for a pivotal Game 5 after Florida shows some life in Game number 4. Let's see if that will continue or if it'll go the opposite way. First period does not go that way. 2-0 Panthers. In the second, 3-0, Rodriguez adds a goal. In the third, Toronto, Max Domi scores, but it's not enough as the Panthers take this one. So 3 straight wins for Toronto to start this test, followed up by 2 more for the Panthers. Like I said, we're halfway in. This is where things are going to start getting interesting. Let's see who takes game number 6 and see if this is going to be a tie or if Toronto is going to regain their 2-win advantage. Once again, here in Toronto, ready to go. Let's go see what is going to happen. 3-2, Toronto leads. Let's see who is going to build upon that lead. First period here, 1-0 Panthers, Sam Bennett. I believe that's his first goal in any of these games. Second period, 2 goals from Toronto, both from Brendan Carlo. Interesting guy to get both of those. And in the third, the Leafs will take this one by a score of 4-1 with goals from Nylander and Pacioretty. So after dropping the past 2, Toronto finally gets back on the board. Alright, so now we have the 7th game of Game 7, with the Leafs having the chance to win their potential 5th game of the series. That would mean that Florida could only match them. Let's see what's going to happen. First period, 0-0. Second period, 1-0 Panthers, Carter Verhaeghe. Do the Leafs have an answer in the third? They do! 3-2, just like that. Holmberg gets 2, Nylander gets 1, Reinhart gets 1 for the Panthers, but it is not enough. So like I said, now the Panthers, the best they can do is tie. They would have to win 3 straight games to do so. Sim 8, what is going to happen this time? Like I said, the Panthers have to win if they want to have any chance of tying this. First period looks positive for them. 4-1 lead for the Panthers. After the second, no scoring from either team. And in the third, Leafs add a few, Marner and Matthews, but it's not enough as Lundell will add an extra of his own for the 5-3 win for the Panthers. Okay, so just when we thought Florida was more or less done, they get another win on the board here. 8 games in, 5 wins for Toronto, 3 for the Panthers. Second to last simulation of the day here, Game 7, Toronto, Florida. Could be a pivotal one. If Florida wants to potentially tie this, they have to win it. Just like that, looking good once again for them. 3-1 after 1. Second period, 4-4, wow. Okay, so Toronto comes out, they tie it with goals from Matthews, Tavares, and Carlo. In the third, Marchand and Forsling will add a couple of their own. So Toronto mounts a pretty decent comeback there, unfortunately to lose it in the third. Okay, so Toronto now leads 5 wins to Florida's 4. With 1 game left, what is going to happen? Here we go, Game 10. So if Florida does win this, might have to do 1 extra sim. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's see what happens here first. First period, 2-0 Leafs, Matthews and Benoit. Second period, 4-1 Leafs, Marner gets 2, Tkachuk adds a goal. Panthers need a huge third. They score a couple, but it is not enough. Benoit and Holmberg adding goals of their own. And just like that, 10 simulations, the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 60% chance to win, according to EA Sports, of course. They have won 6 games in this series where the Panthers only took 4. But I think overall that is going to do it for today's video here, seeing who's going to win Game 7 between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers. We've done this in the past when it was Toronto and Boston. Now we do it with Toronto, Florida. Very curious to see who do you guys think is going to win Game 7. I don't even want to make a prediction myself. Honestly, I could see it easily going either way. It's so hard to call. But yeah, definitely leave all that stuff in the comments down below. Enjoy the game, and I'll see you all in the next video.